Hi there, and welcome to Clueless Cooking 101. I'm Tammy, and this is Ed. Here at Clueless Cooking 101, recipes are optional, measurements are questionable, and the smoke alarm is basically our sous chef. If you're here for the laughs and to learn a little bit about cooking and to watch me try to not burn down the kitchen, you're in the right place. Okay, Clueless cooks, let's have some laughs and have some fun in the kitchen. Hello, happy January, and welcome again to Clueless Cooking 101. And today, I'm going to be Marty's sous chef because this is something I've never done, and he was bragging it up about what great Chex Mix he makes. So Marty sends me this recipe for Chex Mix, and then of course I had to improvise a little bit. And he's kind of looking at some of these things, wondering if maybe it's a good idea or a bad idea. But anyway, first of all, we're going to go through the ingredients. I understand this is really simple to do. We're going to be mixing things up in this aluminum pan. I got this from Walmart.
One thing you need to be sure of, when you remove the label from these pans, sometimes there's a little bit of residual adhesive. So after you take the label off, go ahead and give it a wash with soap and water before you start using it to mix and bake in.
So quick overview on the ingredients. I'll go through them really fast. We put them all up here, and then I'll get out of your way, Marty, and you can go. This was unauthorized, but I got some goldfish. This was unauthorized. I got some wasabi peas, mixed nuts, no peanuts, the good stuff.
The deluxe mixed nuts.
Stuff. I was supposed to buy pretzel sticks, but instead I found these peanut butter filled pretzels I couldn't resist. Peanut brittle, thought that might make it interesting. These are Wagyu beef sticks. So I'm going to cut them into little tiny things.
Tiny pieces.
Little tiny pieces. I'll be chopping those. But I bought these dark chocolate things that have almonds in them, and I thought that I would cut them up into little pieces, and I'm told that we have to do that after the Chex Mix
Cools completely.
Cools completely, or we're going to have like a melted chocolate.
We will have a melted mess on our hands.
It might, I've had better accidents, And so when I was shopping at Walmart, I found this Swedish butter, and Marty told me to have 3 sticks of butter. And so 2 of the 3 sticks is going to be this Danish stuff that's 85% butter fat. Okay. And then, of course, Chex Mix.
We've got the trinity of Chex Mix.
Yeah,
We've got wheat Chex, rice Chex, corn Chex, and Cheerios.
And I found these. They were little heart-shaped Cheerios mixed with the O's, so I bought the heart-shaped ones because. And then there are some spices. Lee and Perrins, we used some Worcestershire, we used some sriracha. I was supposed to get seasoned salt, but I missed the memo on that. And garlic powder. These are all organic. You don't have to do that, but you know me, I do. Chili powder, onion powder, and ground mustard that I thought I was supposed to buy, but we don't have to use it.
Okay. So this is a family favorite at the Buchanan household. We love it. It makes a lot, but I've never had any go stale. So just know that whatever you eat, I promise will get consumed. So this comes together in 2 parts. First thing we're going to do is we're going to mix up our seasoning blend, and then we're going to put our dry ingredients in the pan, pour the seasoning over the top, stir that up really well. Then we put it in the oven. It's a low oven, a 250-degree oven, and you bake it for 15 minutes, take it out, stir, put it back in for another 15 minutes. You're going to do that 3 times for a total of an hour cook time. Take it out, let it cool completely. Now, it's going to be really tempting to go ahead and eat it while it's warm, but let it cool completely because that gives all that butter a chance to crisp everything up and all those seasonings to get into that cereal, and it really turns out fantastic. So when Tammy said she was doing something for Clueless Cooking, this is it. This is mix and bake. This is really, I feel like you would have to make an effort to mess this up.
Okay.
I think you would have to go out of your way
So I got a funny look from Marty the other day because I told him that I looked up how to make your own Worcestershire. So I'm going to be doing that as well and see, but you get to taste test it. I don't know if we'll actually use it, but we'll see if it's, worthy of a Chex, of a gourmet Chex mix, because, I have all this contraband. You can use as much or as little as you want. And you showed me something really interesting on the oven, which I kind of knew but have never really done. And so if you want to use a pot holder,
I will reach in.
Yeah, Marty's going to show you this thing that tells you what the temperature of the oven really is. And he told me that my oven cooks hot, which I think is why I burn my chocolate chip cookies.
This is just a small thermometer. You can buy it at any big box retailer. You can buy it online. Should be less than $10. But what this will do, it will give you an accurate measurement of your cooking temperature inside your oven. Some ovens can cook a little hot. Some ovens can cook a little cold. We were talking about it. Yeah. And really where you notice this is at the extreme ends, either really high heat or really low heat. So for a 250 degree oven, sometimes your built-in thermometer in your oven may not accurately represent what the true temperature is. So I like to have this little dude, and it says that we are spot on at 250. So I'm gonna leave him out for now.
Okay. Yeah, and you preheat your oven to 250.
Preheat your oven for 250, and then I like to wear gloves because we're going to get into the mixing part, and that can get a little messy. But first things first, butter into the microwave.
We're going to nuke it.
We're going to melt it all. Now, another suggestion that I always give people when melting butter, don't do it on high, because what can happen is you can have steam build up and it'll make your butter explode and it makes your microwave really messy. Yeah. So you may want to do that on 50, 60%, somewhere where you avoid a big mess, because we're going to have enough cleanup duties after this is over. No need to add to our struggle.
Easy peasy. You can do that. How did that have that fancy butter?
Comes out in a pair of sticks.
Okay.
There we go. I'll let you unwrap. I'm going to share the joy of Christmas and let you unwrap a package as well. This high-fat butter is spectacular, and I recommend, if you have the option to buy European butter, always buy European butter. That extra fat content makes everything taste so much better. It's going to make your cookies taste better. It's going to make your mashed potatoes taste better.
Done.
So
okay, there's the microwave, and I don't know how to figure out if it's on high or whatever. So that's
we're going to slide that in there. I'm going to put my old man glasses on. So while we're getting that going, we can also
measure out the stuff.
Our bulk ingredients started.
Okay.
And Tammy will post the recipe in the instructions.
Yep.
I brought my pre-printed cheat sheet. So first up, 4 cups each of the big 3.
Okay.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cups of wheat Chex. I'll let you put that up. Next up, I have got the rice Chex. 1, 2, 3, 4. And another thing that I'll tell you is this recipe is very forgiving. So don't feel as though you've got to have perfectly level scoops of cereal.
Sure.
And then we've got 4 scoops of corn Chex.
Look at all the leftovers.
That's a lot of cereal. Next up are Cheerios. So you're going to have 4 cups of each of the Chex varieties. Wheat Chex, corn Chex, rice Chex. And then we will,
scissors are definitely like, you got it.
We will add 2 cups of Cheerios.
Doing it right.
And then I always recommend that you use the deluxe mixed nuts. 4, yet again, is the magic number.
Of that, and I didn't peel the top off of that.
That's
so
all
if you
right.
need a knife or.
And as you look online and you look at other recipes, they will use less. The reason I use more is because it's better that way. Don't cheap out. Yeah. This is for your friends and family. This is what makes it better. Is you get to use the good stuff.
Yeah.
You're not some giant multinational corporation trying to squeeze every last nickel out of every last product that you sell to consumers.
Yeah.
This is your chance as a home cook to make it better, tastier.
We just say show off on Clueless Cooking. You can kind of show off.
You get to show off. That's what this is, because it's going to be better than what you can buy in the store.
Yeah.
And where did your pretzels go? We're going to put in a couple of cups of these guys. Fingers crossed that we don't.
That they don't explode.
Yep. So
these are. Marty sent me a recipe that included pretzel sticks, but I improvised a little bit.
Here we go.
Here, that's right.
Fun and excitement. And then, hey, a couple of cups of goldfish for a little cheesy snap.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget these guys. And I got goldfish crisps. I don't know the difference between regular goldfish and non-crispy goldfish.
I'm going to add your peas in at the end.
Okay.
All right, so now
no, they won't explode.
We have a giant pile of cereal. So we're going to set this aside because those are all of our dry goods. Now let's mix up the wet works.
Okay.
So into this, we're going to need. So we're going to use 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it was 6, wasn't it?
4.
I remember this now.
5, 6 tablespoons of Worcestershire. And whoo, that's fragrant. you can probably smell it through the lens. But that is what's going to give you the base flavor, that kind of umami tanginess. And then we're going to start with the dry goods here. So we've got our...
Here's onion powder.
Yep, our onion powder.
How much do you need of that?
We're going to need a tablespoon.
Okay, 3 teaspoons equals a tablespoon.
All right.
And the teaspoon doesn't fit in there, but a half a teaspoon does. So totally up to you.
Well, 1, 2. And again, this doesn't have to be super precise. We're not baking a cake. You don't have to level off your measuring ingredients. So there's 3 of those. Da-da-da. And
that's the onion powder?
Onion powder.
Okay. Never used it before. I used just regular onions. And I looked online, and it said that the reason that you use these powders is because they don't burn like onions and garlic and all that stuff, because we're using onion powder and garlic powder, you see.
Yes.
Things like that.
And then we need 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. And if you're a garlic fan, you can add more, but I would caution you to be careful with the garlic because a little bit goes a long way and you can really kind of overpower it. This is not something that you want to taste and go, ooh, that's garlicky.
Yeah.
You know, it's in there. It plays a supporting role. It's not the lead actor.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
There we go. And, you know, Tammy says she likes a little heat. So we're going to go.
I have sriracha too.
I know. So we're going to warm it up a little bit here. So we're going to go with a teaspoon chili powder. Ooh, it smells good. Shake, shake, shake.
Close enough.
And there we go. And
this is the stuff that we didn't need. I forget why I bought this. This is ground mustard.
Ground mustard is, but you know, that's a good guess. If I were going to put, it's not a bad idea.
I'll use it in mine when I challenge you.
So now, if you want to amp this up a little bit more, which Tammy does,
and there's
we're going to add in sriracha. And we're going to substitute sriracha today for seasoned salt. You get this recipe, and it'll be posted online. The recipe calls for some seasoned salt, but we're going to add a little sriracha here because I know that's one of Tammy's favorites.
It's my secret weapon. You're going to do 2 of those?
We're going to do 2 tablespoons of sriracha, and this is really going to liven this up.
Yeah. It doesn't really sriracha doesn't make things hot. It just makes it really bright.
Exactly.
And I tell people that all the time because I put sriracha in almost everything, and they're going, oh, I don't like spicy food. And I'm going, it won't be, trust me.
Next thing, a whisk. We need to stir.
Okay.
And the reason that you want to use a whisk instead of a spoon is we've got a lot of dry ingredients that we put in here. And as we just dump them in, it's really easy for those to clump up. So we want to use our whisk to really, really, really get in there. And
oops, and then hope it doesn't fall apart.
And that's why we use gloves.
I forgot to tell you about that part.
Really want to whisk it up and make sure that there are no spices that have clumped up
or floated to the bottom.
Exactly. Get that bottom all stirred up. Stir, 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 stir. And this is the one thing that I would caution you about this recipe is since all it is mixing and baking, you need to do the mixing part really well.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what we do on it's very mild.
Yes.
Okay.
Now?
So I feel the peas can go in there dry. They're like little PBs. I say, hey, just giving me that look. Giving me that look.
So.
Okay.
Now, this is where gloves come in. Because now it's all about the mix. I'm going to go and we want to turn this over front to back, back to front. What you don't want to have happen is to have all of your seasonings pool on the bottom of the pan. So you really want to make sure that everything gets coated evenly. Really stir it up, really mix it around. Reach over to the edges of the pan and fold them back in. I'll even give this a spin. So,
because I saw lots of juice on the bottom over there.
Exactly. That's why you get. And this is another thing that I'll say. You can't do it too much, right? You're going to stir this around.
It's not like you're going to get bubbles like a muffin.
Exactly. Stir, stir, stir. Make sure everything is evenly coated and well coated, because that's where all the magic is, all the flavor, because otherwise it's just a big tub of cereal.
Okay. Hey, Clueless Cooks, sorry to interrupt this episode. I know you're probably looking at your social media feeds, so since you're already doing that, check us out. Check out Clueless Cooking 101 on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, Substack, and I even have a blog. We have videos and written posts. So check us out on all those social media sites, and we'd love to hear your comments.
All right, so our next step after we have all of our ingredients combined thoroughly is we're going to bake in the oven. We've got an oven preheated at 250 degrees, and we're going to bake this for 15 minutes at a time, taking it out, turning, and then reinstalling in the oven. So if you would be so kind as to open it up.
You got it.
And we're going to set a time for 15 minutes. Start. Well, listen, you need to tell me about making your own Worcestershire sauce. What's the story behind that? Where did you come up with that idea? Because that's something that it would be like making your own ketchup. I would never even consider.
But I make my own ketchup.
Okay, so that personally, I believe those guys at Heinz do a bang-up job with it.
They do.
So, where did you come up with the idea of making your own Worcestershire?
I think I looked at the ingredients on there, and it said it had natural flavorings, and I don't know what that really means. So I'm always suspicious, thinking that somebody's trying to sneak something in on me. So I'll have to look at the recipe, but you use soy sauce. I'm going to kind of like wing it.
Okay.
Because I saw what you put in there, so I'm going to sort of invent my own. But I'm going to use soy sauce. I'm going to use some sriracha. I'll use some of these spices that you use. some vinegar. But I don't know if it'll bake off. If it will bake off, like, because you've used that term. So I'm hoping it works, but I don't know. Okay, so it's really at 250 now, but we went ahead and put it in there. Okay, so if you would measure off the same stuff that you put in the other one.
All right, so we're going to measure out our dry ingredients again.
Yeah.
Pass that cereal.
I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put these. Yeah. We're going to do this twice because we're having like a little bit of a throwdown, but I didn't want to mention it to you.
Oh, now I feel ambushed. As a reminder, the big three: corn Chex, wheat Chex, rice Chex, 4 cups each. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go.
You know what actually I'm going to do with this? Is that at the Dollar Tree, they have these little treat bags that are clear. And I'm going to put, once this is all cooked together, I'm going to put this in treat bags and give most of it to people.
Well,
as a gift.
That's a great idea, but let me tell you something.
What's that?
And all of you that are watching, this will be your blessing and your curse. Once you learn to make this, once you take it to a party,
that's what
everyone is going to ask for it. So, on one hand, it's a great way to make sure that you're always invited, is you become the Chex Mix person. But the flip side of that is you're always going to be getting asked to make Chex Mix.
Oh, just dump the whole thing. That's fun. There we go. Bingo. All right. So now we have to, you did 2 cups of goldfish.
2 cups of goldfish.
Okay.
And if you want to add your peanut butter pretzels.
I do. And I want to add these wasabi peas. And I want to add the peanut brittle because when it bakes, I kind of want it to clump together.
There we go.
All right. Maybe 1 cup of the, I don't know how much of these because these have a little kick to them.
That's all you. This is your opportunity.
All right. I bought Wagyu sticks that we're going to open them and cut them, and so there's going to be like a little tiny bit of beef in there. And then peanut brittle, because I kind of want it to stick together. Toss the peanut butter in, sweetie. The peanut brittle.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm thinking a cup, but, you know, at least, maybe 2. How much? Go for 2. Go for all of it. There you go. All right. And
now you said they're Wagyu, but are they flavored? Are they teriyaki flavor? Are they barbecue flavor? Are they?
This says American Wagyu beef wood smoked.
All right, so wood smoked flavored beef sticks.
Okay. I have no idea how many cups beef sticks make, but I bought 3.
I think 3 beef sticks is a sufficient measure. That's you made your point.
Yeah. They keep on. The thing is that they just keep on getting bigger the closer to the end I get because I have this issue with being impatient. All right. It smells like pepperoni.
Well, kind of is. Is it not?
I don't know. They just looked good. I was going through the checkout, and bam, there they were. Okay, so I'm going to make my own topping, only because I'm just in the mood to do that. All right, so how about a cup of Parmesan?
A cup?
Half. I'm going to start with half.
A cup is a bold choice.
I'm just guessing.
That's a big guess.
Well, then I'll use the cup for the soy sauce.
There we go.
Oh, I have to do butter too.
Ooh, I'm going to start with the sprinkle and try and get it around, and then.
I think we need a cup.
But I've said it before, and I'll say it again: high quality European, high fat content butter. It makes a difference.
Eat it.
You can literally taste it. So take the tub out, and then stir, stir, stir. Big thing, you want to turn it over, bottom to the top.
Oh, I have Oh, I already put it in the dishwasher. I was going to say I've got this giant spatula.
That's all right. This spurtle is spurtling quite well.
Okay.
So again, mix everything around. Turn bottom to the top.
So for all
Take the mix, the middle to the edges to the middle. And then once you get that done, everything stirred around, back into the oven for another 15 minutes.
Okay. Is it done?
Butter oh plenty.
Yeehaw. And there was 6 of these, right?
Yes.
We're doing soy sauce. And we'll post both recipes. Was that 4?
The 4. Your counting is good.
Sometimes I forget to count. All right, and then there was some sriracha. You put a couple of those in there. It looks like fun. I have another one. I have a backup, just in case.
You always have more, right?
Yeah, always.
You're never going to run out.
Always have more sriracha.
It's a staple for a reason, right?
Yeah, I was told that the Vietnamese use this like ketchup. I don't know if that's true.
I was told you use it like ketchup.
That's probably true too. All right. So I'm just trying to squeak the bottom out of here, and I'll use. And bombs away. That one's gone. Okay. So where we're gonna change this up just a little bit is one of my new favorites to use, and I haven't busted it out yet. Is molasses.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we're going to put 2 tables, maybe just 1 tablespoon of molasses in there. And of course, I have no idea what we're doing here. Just hoping for the best. And then we're going to try some, the reason for the molasses is because I was going to try to give this a little honey mustard type of flavor without using honey, but I do have mustards. So we're going to put, how about 2 mustards? How about 1 to start? I'll stir it up and then we'll decide.
Give it a taste test?
Yeah, give it a taste test. Good.
Really get down there and work it at the bottom.
Okay. Oh, I forgot the spices. But we'll put those in a minute.
Add your dry goods.
Yeah, we will. Okay, so there was 1 teaspoon of chili powder.
Yes.
So we're doing 2 halves because the half teaspoon fits in the
jar.
The little spice jar.
Mustard
1 teaspoon. There's 2 halves equals 1, and this is ground mustard, organic, of course. Garlic. 1 teaspoon again of that.
Yeah, and again, garlic. It's really easy to overload, and then it just kind of hits you in the face, and all you get is garlic flavor.
Okay.
And there's a time and a place for that. Hey, listen, I love garlic bread. Where garlic butter bread, nice and simple, delicious. But with all these other flavors, you don't want it to be garlic.
You don't have to do
mix,
that.
right?
Okay. And the last one is onion powder.
Now you can add a little bit more onion powder because once it bakes in, it's pretty subtle.
Okay,
You don't get a whole lot of oniony flavor. It just helps enhance the savoriness of all these ingredients.
Okay, so there's 1 teaspoon. So how many?
1 tablespoon is what you need.
So 3 teaspoons, Clueless Cooks, is 1 tablespoon. Just FYI. And there is no way that the tablespoon will fit in there. So, all right. So we have 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Now we whisk it again. And then we wonder,
you really need to whisk thoroughly to get all the clumps broken up and to make sure that all your dry ingredients are well incorporated throughout your seasoning liquid.
Okay, I had something else that I want to put in there.
Okay, but wait, there's more.
Ooh. Well, I didn't do that, but how about let's just do a little bit of black pepper.
Go for it.
Okay. Just, believe it or not, a teaspoon's going to make a difference. line. So we're going to do ton. Yes or no?
At that point, you're out. It's over. Again,
Okay.
This is forgiving. That's why we used it as a Clueless Cook recipe. It's a very forgiving recipe. It's going to allow you the opportunity to make something delicious. Now, there is some time involved. I'm not going to lie about that. Because baking this off for an hour, it's time consuming. You have to watch it. Again, you've got to come back to it every 15 minutes, but it's worth the effort.
But, you know, if you're making snacks for yourself, you know what's in it because you made it. And if you make this quantity of stuff, this is going to last you forever.
You know, you say that. But
yeah, that's one of the things. Once you start, you can't stop.
Once you start, you cannot stop. My wife says it's sinful.
It's addictive. All right. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking that I need a little more molasses. Because it just needs to be slightly sweeter.
World. We're living in it.
Okay. Let's do 1 more tablespoon. So this recipe is going to be 2 tablespoons of molasses and 2 tablespoons of mustard. Not the dry mustard, the wet mustard. And if you can find the Dijon, this is Dijon, but if you can find the stuff that's ground, that's really coarse, I think that would be better. This is, and Walmart normally has organic and with their own label. And so many people probably, Clueless cooks went out and bought it. So they were out and I had to buy this. So I got high-end stuff, but they didn't have any of the, the mustard with all the parts on it. And so you know what I normally do, Marty, rather than whisk things, is I put it in a blender. And I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I'm going to whisk
Probably,
it.
But you're one of these fancy cooking shows, and maybe not all of us have a giant blender that we can put. And also, if you're looking for, I like to use the Pyrex mixing cup. These oversized ones are great for this. If you don't have one, you can just use a bowl. Just so long as it's microwave safe and you can melt it.
It needed that. It's getting there. Hey, Clueless Cooks, another interruption. If you will check out my website, which is CluelessCooking101.com, I'd really appreciate it. We have a blog with some recipes. And we also are going to have merchandise coming up soon so that you can have a cool apron like mine. But in the meantime, just check out our website, and I'd really appreciate it. We'll see you there.
You want to pour or you want me to pour?
You pour. You get to pour and mix. You see the pro?
And again, we're just going to use our gloved fingers to get all of the goodness out.
Okay.
And then, as we talked about before, stir, stir, stir. Again, this is one of those things, you'll stir it and you'll think you've got it done, and then you need to stir it a little more.
I thought the peanut brittle would be interesting with the spicy stuff on it. That's why I wanted to put it in there, because it'll sweeten it a bit. But I'm thinking, ooh, having a little heat on some peanut brittle wouldn't hurt.
And again, stirring is kind of the main component of bringing this all together, because you stir it here, you stir it in between.
You get everything coated. All right.
You want everything to be nicely, evenly coated. You want everything to be nice and evenly toasted.
Okay. Now, go ahead, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
All right, this is the moment of truth.
Now, I'm going to give you guys a tip that you may not know. So this is something that since Tammy and I are working together and we've got 2 tubs in here, we actually need to bump up the heat, because what we've done is we've added a whole nother giant heat sink, because that's what happens is all that stuff, it just absorbs that heat. So we're going to bump this up from 250 to 275.
So if you're only making one large pan of this, you still only need
250. But if you're going to, but since we're doubling it up, we need to raise the heat a little bit in order to keep that oven temperature high enough to get everything baked off. Because what we really want is, at the end of the day, all that butter is going to get in there and it's going to bake in, and you're going to come out with a nice, crispy, unctuous, savory, salty mix. And you're going to go, oh man, this is...
I did this. I did good. Okay, Clueless Cooks. Marty's taking a little break. I'm going to be doing the stirring. He'll be back shortly. But one of the things that I'd like to put in my Chex mix is some dark chocolate. And as an option on the Chex box, it said that you can use chocolate chips. Yeah, that was just a little bit too easy. So I bought these dark chocolate thins at Sam's. And I gave a friend some because I knew I didn't need the whole bag. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop these into smaller pieces. And then once it's all dried and everything, we're going to mix these in. I don't know how much that is, but let's shoot for, that looks like a little bit more than a cup, maybe a cup and a half. But I'll measure it out after it's all chopped. And this, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to hand chop, because if I put this in my little mini chopper, I think I'll kill it. And this is dark chocolate with almonds in it, rather than semi-sweet chocolate chips, which you can do if you don't want to go to the trouble. But again, make sure that your mix is fully cooled before you add this chocolate. I better taste it. Okay, so we're going to measure this out. And I'm going to guess it's 1.5 cups, but I'm just guessing. Oh, man. As the guy on Jurassic Park says, I hate being right, but it is 1.5 cups of chocolate pieces. I'll be back in 6 minutes, and we will turn both pans, Marty's, which is the more traditional recipe, for the 3rd time, and mine, which is the Clueless Cook version. And I'm going to turn both of them, and we'll put them back in the oven for another 15 minutes. So Marty, yours has already seen an hour of baking, and mine, I lagged behind, so I'm going to put mine back in for 2 more 15-minute sessions.
All right, so everything's come out of the oven. It's been resting on the counter now for, I don't know, about an hour, 15 minutes, and you want to get this room temperature, let it cool completely, and now comes the best part, the taste test. And I'm going to just stick my fingers in.
Do you do good work, right?
That's good stuff. All right, now we're going to try that.
Okay. Well.
Hang on,
It might be hot.
I should probably
cleanse your palate.
Cleanse my palate, but that's all right.
Some wine? No.
Oh wow,
it's pretty darn good, isn't it?
That mustard and the sweetness definitely comes through. You can definitely taste it in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But we'll give you both recipes.
Yeah. I will concede. The new and improved version has surpassed Grandma's tried and true.
I'll get you the recipe.
I'll be looking for it.
Yeah.
No, I think the combination that you have thrown together, everything has married up nicely. While it is non-traditional, it's not your mother's Chex Mix, whereas this is actually my grandmother.
mother's Chex Mix.
That is my grandmother's Chex Mix. So you've got new school, you've got old school, you've got multiple options, and I am so glad that you invited me out.
It was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun to where we can help folks out, and everybody watching. Hope you enjoy the big game. When you're ready to take this to your party, all you do just throw a piece of aluminum foil over the top. It's ready to travel. You can serve right out of this, and I promise you, you will be the belle of the ball. But again, remember, if you make it once, you're going to be asked to make it over and over and over again.
Well, we want to say thank you for joining us again for our Chex Mix episode for Clueless Cooking 101. And this is for January 2026, and this will definitely get you through the big game, and it's a really better snack to have at home than
anything store-bought. You don't have even with the high-fat butter, you don't have the hydrogenated oils. You don't have the preservatives. You're using the good mixed nuts. Is it super healthy? Is your cardiologist going to praise you for it? Absolutely not. But is it better than anything you can buy at the convenience store? Absolutely.
100%. So anyway, thanks again, Marty.
Thanks again.
We're going to serve this up at 1 million cups and put it in little treat bags for them and give them out and wish them a Happy New Year also, and let them get started off with a little bit of healthier snack. And hope that you do that too. And we'll see you again on Clueless Cooking 101. Thank you. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching and for supporting this Clueless adventure. Looks like we all survived another round of Clueless Cooking 101. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell because it only gets messier from here.